Let us turn the stream on. Alright, everybody. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to tonight's stream. We are going to be once again taping some more The Road Most Travels tonight. Or however I decided to call it. Road Most Taken. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the Everfull Flagoon quest. What does that mean? What does that mean, Sam? Well, there's a bunch of quests out here in House Kandaric that are like in this level 6-ish range, where you get them all from quest givers inside the Everfull Flagoon. Some of them are a little bit higher level than what we are. Not really, but like, if your general rule is to try to keep things plus or minus 2 levels below you, preferably that 1 to 2 levels below you. Some of them are going to be outside of that window, like this Chamber of Insanity is 5th level normally, 7th level on Reaper 1. It's not really where we want to be, but again, I like knocking out all these quests at the same time. And then there'll be a couple of them. I think at least one of them is if we do Taming the Flames, I'm pretty sure it's levels 9 on Reaper mode. But again, same story. If we're gonna knock it out, I want to knock it all out at once and be done. We scared Tobrel away. If you guys are... Oh, you know what? I hadn't started the actual recording yet. Let's go back out. Go back out and redo all these. Don't! I have to hit the record button, not just the stream button. Alright. Take 2 with the actual hitting the record button, maybe. Alright. Greetings and salutations, everyone. Oh, I didn't have my picture on earlier today. Hi, everyone. Greetings and salutations. Today's little video here is going to be the Everfull Flagoon quest. There's a handful of quests in House Kandaric that are in that level 5 to 7 range, and we're just going to knock those out. I actually had started this one, and then I realized I hadn't hit the record button, so we're going to do it again. Yeah, huzzah. As always, these are taken as part of my Twitch stream, so if you would like to catch the videos live, I would recommend following my Twitch page. If you're watching live on Twitch and you'd like to watch these videos in the past and see which ones I have done guides for, that's what all these are intended to be, I would recommend that you check out my YouTube channel. Both of those things are either YouTube or twitch.tv, respectively, /Samius Gurobo, SAMIUS GUROBO. What? Oh, there's a Reaper that saw us way down this hallway. That is not cool, bro. Alright, so this quest, the big trick to this quest is the fact that it's 1, a square, 2, every single corner has the same basic things. It's got some amount of traps that you can disable with a single trap box, and it's got a lever. And you basically go from room to room, cleaning out the corners to open the next section of the door. There, in between, there will be, I don't know, some amount of undead that you have to clean up. Usually there's like 1 human caster that if you knock him out quick enough, then the little zombies around the middle don't spawn. But yeah, it's a pretty straightforward quest altogether. The end fight has a couple of complications to it, but it's not super difficult at all, in my opinion. I'm not going to bother with breakables and stuff in this quest. I should take a look at my Artie dog and see if it's big enough to handle such a thing. We do now have enough action points in our Inquisitive tree that our auto search is up and running, and that makes a big difference. Just to kind of like with the time. You know, why it's not been a focus, the time in the quest, but we have been taking note of it. Alright, here's the shrine. I usually open the shrine door just on the safe side. Somewhere there's like 2 collectibles. I can never remember where. I always have to look. But they're up against that wall. But for the most part, again, very simple quest. It's not a lot of experience. If you have 2 people, you can kind of split up and run different directions. If you don't have trapping skills, I believe you can drink a potion pot, and it won't protect you all the way, but it helps. And then, yeah, behind this wall is another couple of trap boxes, if I remember right. I think is there 2? Or is there just 1? I thought there was 2. Yeah, here's the other one on the other side of the wall. It's trying to trick me. And you can loot your junk chest. And then we have one more room. Yeah, one more room. The other thing to keep in mind is that normally, because it is a big square, you do not have to do all. You don't have to clean out all 4 sides. You have to clean out all 4 corners, but you don't have to do like the east side, the north side, the south side. And since you start in the middle, you can leave part of it behind. In this case, we couldn't do that because a Reaper saw us down here on the southwest corner of the map and pulled those guys over. But had that not happened, you would be able to avoid at least a few baddies.
The last of the race fades into nothingness, and suddenly the air gains back a measure.
It's like I'm going to continue to run as if I didn't know that those guys that would normally be in this area of the map were already taken care of. Start with the arcane skeletons. It just makes your life easier if your spellcasters are gone. Same thing really with that white priest. But if the soulless one gets in your grill, you may have to finish it early. It can neg level, so keep that in mind. And we're going to either recall or run back out to the west to get back out of here. Again, with 2 people, it's much quicker. And if you do it at level, it's more experience. But again, level 5 is usually taken up by knocking out 3-row cove. Or level 7, which would be where you would do level 5s, are usually taken up by doing 3-row cove quests. If you were to come out here before 3-row cove, then obviously that makes a lot of sense. Right, next on my list, I almost always do the lair summoning next. I'm not sure why. It's just part of how I kind of go through here. Now this quest has 2 paths. I probably won't show both all the way, but I'll show part of... I'll show a significant portion of both sides. So this right here is a poison trap. As you can tell, drink a poison, jump through, poison on this side, wham bam, not a big deal. Then there'll be 3 earth elementals right here. Out of this, almost one always turns out to be awesome. AKA the champion. I don't think it actually matters if you're off the ground while fighting elementals, but I always feel better. And then right here, there's some electric traps, some lightning traps. I recommend you jump up on top of this thing and jump over. Disable, disable, open this lock. And then this is a bit of a physical shortcut to the next part. Now, rewind. Instead of going this direction, let's go this way. Let's see what's what. Some trash mobs. A chest. This chest will close, and there's all sorts, or walls will close, and there's all sorts of methods in here. I usually don't recommend that you come in here and do this. If you decide that you do want to do this, I would recommend that you walk around the edges and then get the control panel back here. More monsters that will neg level you. All these whites can neg level for days. And the chest is locked. I don't remember the chest being locked. DDO. So you walk up there, then walk back a little bit. I don't know if you have to walk back, but I've always found that I've had to walk back to get that door to open. Scooting around. Obviously a secret door, 2 trolls. No brew though. Unfortunately, no brew. That's a pun to those of you who used to listen to my Magic the Gathering podcast with my friend Travis. Fortunately, he gave up Magic, so we really haven't done anything with it in ages. Alright. And I think most of these gargoyles come to life. I don't necessarily think all of them do, but yeah, I guess those guys do too. But I think most of them do. And then I believe, yeah, right here is that that other door that we were talking about. And as you can tell, it is also trapped. Traps are everywhere in this quest. It's a great quest if you want to be the trapper. Like we're already at 6 traps, I think. Counting this one. Add up really quick. This is probably one of the most dangerous parts of the quest. Is this sonic trap right here. Now even though I disabled one of the trap boxes, there's actually 2 trap boxes to finish shutting down this trap. And you have to jump through. For some people, it's a big deal to jump through traps. For others, not a big deal. I personally have always found it to be a little bit traumatic to jump through a trap. Obviously a shrine. I try to avoid this shrine because I have found that if you open that shrine, you can get things to spawn a little bit later in the quest. Even though we're nearly at the end through that shrine. So like if you have to come back and go to that shrine, monsters will have spawned. You know, say like things get really crazy and you have a near party wipe and you have to come back. It can still get you. Alright, activating the summoning stone. This thing is kind of tricky. When you walk up here and get close enough to these sigils, the things will turn on. If you're not literally in and out, you will have a ding. And then this fire elemental also heals from the fire up there. So you do have to take your time to make sure that it gets down. all in all, this can be a very quick quest. Again, if you pick up one direction and run through it, it can be very, very fast. Not as good experience-wise as, say, like any of the Three Barrel Cove quests, but still very good. Excuse me. I didn't get a nap earlier tonight like I'd hoped. I know, I'm like ancient, right? I shouldn't need naps. This sets off a lightning trap. It's on this side. There's a lever on one of these two sides. I can never remember which side. It's on that one. Alright, here I'm going to tell you how I usually do it, or demonstrate how I usually do it, and then I'll probably do it not that way. But normally what I like to do is, you can, if you're standing here where you disable this trap, you can highlight the lever. I like to just send my hireling to pull the lever. And then I get out of the quest. Or carry on this direction and not worry about the rest of it. That being said, there are some goodies this way. Including an optional or two. Again, I usually don't bother with this, but hey, Rhett, welcome to the stream. The more you can, I gotta clear these things. The more you know about quests, the more you can decide if you want to fiddle fart around with optionals or get a team together where Team A does the optional, Team B carries on with the quest. Just how I honestly like to do the leveling process. If I have a teammate that I know will be around consistently. Having one person to focus on boxes and one person to focus on optionals and one person that kind of tears through the quest. You'll end up with a lot more experience and a lot less time than say doing higher skulled reapers and just everybody marching forward. This one's kind of a pain because you have to race to get this box open, which means you have to, or save this box. Means you have to get that door open before they get it tore open, which I did not think about when I started opening this door.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, just recording some videos for the YouTubes on the tutorial side. What are you doing? Back from your break?
Yeah, just looking at gear.
Oh, the classic question. Yeah, right now I'm doing all the optionals in Ruined Halls.
Oh, what level are you?
I'm level 8. Yeah, I'm currently just working my way through the House K quest in that one bar as this little video set. Alrighty, so this direction lies the shrine for the quest. Pretty sure it's just this one shrine. But that trap can be a bit of a pain. Again, if you can just disarm it, then no big. But not everyone can get those traps disarmed. If you have to dance through the particles, you can. I think you can time it. You just got to be really really cautious. Wow, Solar Cruelty Caster and some sort of champ to do this optional. A Plague Reaper, no less. Getting all the goodies today. Now, you might be asking, Samus, why aren't you breaking any of the breakables in this quest? And the answer is easy. Monsters
Constantly.
spawn out of this quest, and I hate breaking breakables. What was that, Beef?
But constantly, I'm asking myself that question.
I tried breaking some breakables in some of the quests earlier today.
I saw that in Proofs of the Poison.
I know, I feel dirty just thinking about it. Welcome, Storm Wolf. I'm not saying that I never break breakables, but when I do, I feel dirty afterwards.
Don't you have like a 7 SP spell that's like specifically for breaking breakables?
I do, and I was using it. I was using it a lot in that quest. Oh, there's a lever over here. Forgot it. Didn't see it. Alright, now this is generally the point in the quest where I run past all the monsters, let them break their own boxes and fight it out amongst themselves. If you're by yourself, I typically run past this control panel as well. But if there's a couple of people, I like to go ahead and get it because it can tear up a party pretty fast. The first guy, it's pretty clean escape. The second guy, it tends to get. So it's always nice to take a second if you can and make life easier for everybody else. Can I target this Reaper now? There we go. Thank you. Alright, summon the healer. Come here. Go in attack mode. Distract all the things. So I can loot my chest and leave. I got my experience. I got mine. It's time to go. The real question is, do we want to add Taming the Flames to this this tutorial? Probably, right? Yeah, why not? We have 2 more quests then in this let's think of this bar again. The Everfull Flagoon quests. Forgotten Caverns.
Would you like some company?
Sure, you're level appropriate. You're always welcome. Anyone on Solona, as long as you're level appropriate, is welcome.
I'm slightly smaller than you.
That's still fine. Did you TR in preparation for things, did you?
I wanted to get my last Warforged life out of the way so I can not play robots anymore, because I do not care for them.
Yeah, it's all about the build, right?
I just do not like the docents.
Oh yeah, docents are a little bit different to kind of adapt to.
Well, they have different stuff. They don't have healing amp, they have repair amp, and nobody casts repair spells on you in the Reaper party.
Yeah, you can get
Stonework in this room is cracked and
you can get
frosted
some of that
over
stuff
the
going.
machine.
It is a much
The ice
trickier.
Yeah, so this life, I'm going to be pure wizard, and I'm going to repair myself. Bring my own
Ah.
wrench.
That is That is often the way to go. Can't get this floor to fall out. When you break all these, when you get all these methods, there we go. The floor should fall out on you.
You are struck by the familiar aromas of pungent mushrooms
Should do,
and
anyway.
even more pungent trolls.
Beef is grabbing the key. That key will open this door right here and you can carry on. I'm going to go do this optional. That door can be picked with a relatively minor open lock score. Again, no reason not to get the key unless you just are stubborn. In addition to the optional, I believe there are 2 collectibles down here, and the 2 mushrooms, the chest, and the shrine is here. So if you feel like you're going to need one of the shrines, there's 2 shrines in this quest. If you need one of them, you have to clear out that optional. The second one is a little bit further ahead up here.
It's behind the locked door, though.
But it is a breakable door. It is a breakable door.
That's right. But you have to have 18 strength?
Yeah, 18 strength or access to like a fireball spell or something.
Yeah, some
Nate
amount of
says
strength.
don't die. I mean, I'm not as worried about dying now as I am doing the hard.
Maybe that's to me.
Maybe it's to you.
I did have to fight 2 Reapers over here.
Wow.
That side's done.
Yeah, there's a mushroom over here that I wanted to get and grab for the record.
The stink of this underground storehouse is indescribable. Trollish habits could have created such a startling bouquet of smells.
It was just in general. All right. Well, in general, just don't die.
All right.
Put that on my
In general,
list.
I will try not to.
Yeah. I'll only do it once at the end of my life. How's that sound? There's
I make no promises.
like, nope. I will be legally dead 3 times before I go. Watch me.
All the trolls have
I always tell this story every time I do this quest. But my very first int tome came out of this quest. +1. And it was just after one of the anniversary cakes, so I had already eaten a +1 anniversary cake to intelligence. And so I sold that +1 int tome for 1,000,000 gold on the auction house, and I felt like a king. Because it was right as one of the times, I'm sorry, ran right past Taming the Flames. One of the times in the game where gold and plat was actually a little bit more difficult to come by. Not Scoodles Noodles. Just finished the 5e session and your druid hit level 2. Nice. Do you need an arty buff by any chance?
Sure.
Alright. Do you want a +1 to your weapon or +1 to your armor or both?
Sure.
Oh man, I like where your head's at. And one of those too, even.
Oh, I have
body is blasted
spells I didn't slot. Whoops.
I feel that. Alright, so this quest has got a lot of running around back and forth and back. I'm going to go through it the most efficient way I know how. You're welcome to take a slightly different approach if you'd like, but this way seems to be the quickest way for me. There's a lot of lockout points for people.
Change your imbue to ice.
What was that?
Change your imbue to ice.
Oh, that's a good idea. Good call. Although acid seems to work so-so at least. Let's get this Fear Reaper back here. Alright, so this is one of these annoying little lockout points that I was talking about. It's really not necessary that everyone go down here, but like right in this area, I think it's right on this line, as a matter of fact, is a lockout position. So normally what I do, like jump straight down here, and I proceed to open this chest and then run out as quick as I possibly can. You can take your time and try to jump around all these fire jets, which I'd recommend. They do hurt quite a bit. Ah.
It doesn't. That wall that locks you out doesn't come up until you open the chest.
Ah, good tip. Thank you, Beef. And then the lockout is controlled by a couple of methods that Beef smashed while we were up here, or while we were running through. So again, anytime that you have an opportunity to have a couple of different people help you out, makes a big difference. Go ahead and summon the hireling here to heal Beef up. And this combat's over. I'll cast the reconstruct spells on you. These are really ineffective reconstruct spells. Also in the hardcore server, I needed a lot of smoldering embers for something I was crafting a lot of, probably the sonic spell power items. So I ended up running through this quite a bit, just trying to farm up the those collectibles. I recommend when you beat everything down here the first time, you take the time to open this lever as well. Every place you see like a lava pit like that, elementals will respawn. Makes it pretty easy to get your 50 Slayer in, or whatever you want to call it, objective. You'll know where the fire elementals will spawn at least. And then I suggest you pick a direction and you always go that direction. In this case, we're going to go right. So you're going to end up having to run back and forth through this at least one additional time. So wherever you haven't been, monsters will respawn, or there'll be monsters along that pathway. So if you go the way you've already been, then you only have to deal with the respawning fire elementals. And then one or two like story monsters towards the end. I saw you casting a fire spell on that Earth Elemental Beef.
Yep, he died.
You want to cross our fiery streams? Roar. Alright, and this guy's going to be like, if you really want to help, get the demons behind that door.
If you're here to rescue me, you can kill the methods behind that door there to drop this infernal barrier.
And you go can do.
Enchantments lifted from this room, Master Fulvio seems to be...
Gonna remember to cast your or prepare your spells?
Nah.
I didn't think so. Alright, so again, out the way we came in. If you have a D-door, you can take a D-door. It's obviously great. Nothing like being hit by a lightning bolt and dropping dead in one hit. Yeah, that happened to me on the hardcore server a couple of times. It is devastating no matter what system you're in. Alright, we got some respawns.
Do you want me to stay here and just talk to him when you're done over there,
If
or
you'd
do you have
like,
to bring
that's
that
totally
thing
fine
back
with
to him?
me. I think you can just talk to him once I do the thing.
Do you want me to do that, or do you
That's
want
fine.
me to go with you?
No, it's fine. That'll
Oh,
save us quite a bit of time. And again, that would be a good way of showing people that, you know, one of the teamwork things were 2 people. I've been trying to express that if you have a couple people with you, you can save an awful lot of time in a lot of these quests. Shoot this fire elemental in the face, though.
Your clothes are starting to singe and blacken. You better move
Somewhere along this pathway, there'll be a random... Whoa. Solar cruelty... 2 solar cruelty methods? Oh no, one's a shadow. Oh wow, I think DDO wants me dead real bad all of a sudden. I got 2 of those, but... Anyway, somewhere along this path, once you jump down to the bottom, there'll be at least 1 random spike trap. It's not really random, but they're like 3 different spots it'll spawn. Just kind of gotta have your danger sense running. It can be on this door, it can be on the door where it was, or it can be somewhere along the middle.
far below the earth.
I think it can even be on this side of the door as well. Oh, the boss is on her way downstairs. Hopefully she'll let me finish this quest before getting into any deep subjects.
You need to finish your quest before you get into the subject.
Yeah, we're almost done here.
Hear a cry of surprise from deep
Alright.
in the cavern as the third
Good evening, Mrs. Samus.
No.
Oh, see, I told you, sometimes there's 2.
Too late.
2 of these traps. It's fine. I'm not that worried about it. You don't have to go down that way and engage this fight unless you both want to, or you need to res somebody. Obviously, every fight you can skip is a fight that you don't have to worry about. And we have a champion light-bearing fire elemental. That seems fair.
Looks like you actually have to bring the scroll to him. Well, let me talk to him.
Well, I haven't got it looted yet.
Oh.
Yeah, I got quite a mess over here right this second.
The quest objective changed to deliver it, so
Yeah.
I thought that you picked it up.
No, not yet, unfortunately. No, this light bearer fire elemental healed itself all the way full and dropped my hit points down to 19. So, and then thought I had this Reaper under control, but there was a fire and a Carnage Reaper, so a little bit of a problematic situation. All right, so I'm gonna loot this scroll quest objective here. The planar binding scroll, and we're going to see if Beef can talk to the end guy. Alright, I picked it up. He says. Alright, so we got to run it back. Not a big deal. So we need 1 more Mephit, fire Mephit for that optional, and 24. Oh, I found it.
Oh, I'm locked in here too.
24 more fire elementals for that optional, and we have to get at least 3 more elementals to finish the quest objective. So I have to stop and pick up at least 3 more elementals on the way back. Should not be a problem.
Well, all these methods at the end are aggroed on me through this door that I can't go through.
Excellent. Way to hold aggro, good buddy. Alright. Oh, come on. You're almost dead. Come on, get out of the way. Here we go. Alright, so that part of the quest objective is done. You could stand here and fight 20 more fire elementals all day. Not a big deal. Unless they're champion fire elementals, they're really not that scary.
Mark of Chaos Fire Elementals? Pretty scary.
I said champion, right?
Yeah.
Any champion fire elemental is scary. Short of that, regular fire elementals are not scary. Alright.
We had a Mark of Chaos Quick Foot Caster. Improved with poison yesterday.
Oh, that does sound
And
terrible.
it did extra pierce damage on hit and also applied a some sort of an evil dot.
Wow.
It wiped our party with the one guy.
There we go. Not bad. How long did that take? It took us 12 minutes. You can shave a lot of time off of that if you happen to have a D-door, like your level 7, level 8
Yep.
Sork.
Or if you're doing it for favor, you can buy the Michael the Pious, level 11 fighter, his D-door.
Yep. All those things are very, very true. Alright, everybody. With that, those should be the quest and the Everfull flagon. I'm going to run back and grab those. Help Beef if he'd like to go back and do those flagon quests, or those quests again for the favor. And if not, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon. Toodles. Alright, I'm going to go find out what the wife
Absolutely.
needs. And then you figure out what you want to do here, bud, and I'll happily help you out with a couple
whatever.
of quests. I said I'm recording those videos like little walkthrough video segments. I noticed that a lot of the video, or a lot of level 1 through 20 stuff did not have a like walkthrough-ish videos at all, so figure I run through so many of these things so many times, I might as well take a crack at them. Oh, I think she's on her way back down. Alright, yeah. Give me just a minute to see what's up.
Yep. Take your time.
Alright, we're back. The wife's side
welcome
hustle
back.
is not proceeding according to plan, and she would like it to be stronger. Telling her to relax, it'll grow. Hopefully. If not, we'll deal with it. We'll side hustle something else. Alright, what are you currently doing, Beef?
I just finished taking level 7.
Oh. Nice, nice.
And beyond that, nothing.
Alright, let's take a look at my old quest log here and see where I'm at. Did you already knock out your 3-Barrel Cove stuff?
I have not.
Well, I did that earlier today, but I know that if you're right at level 7, you're going to want to do it before you get out of range.
I can solve that stuff. If you want to do something else, that's fine.
Let's see. The next tier of 6s would be things like the House 12 quest chain. Like Price of
Okay.
Krita, Memory Lapse, etc., etc. If you'd like to go do those we could probably do like one video at a time for. They're a little bit longer, a little bit more challenging, and not quite as part of as one cohesive storyline. They're removing cargo hold buffs, correct? The way
Some of them.
I interpreted it, they're basically going to stop selling the Resistance's shrine.
And the experience shrine also. They're going to sell the banker, the mailbox, the tavern guy, and the fast travel guys.
Why are they doing that?
Because they are rebalancing the game for blah blah
Because
blah.
they hate us.
So you can't get ship buff.
Well, you'll still be able to get the old ship buff, or the new old ship buffs, the old new ship buffs.
Also, nothing is stopping you from making like 3 characters that only buy resistance shrines and like having
Yep.
them for a
You
year
just have, like,
past
a-
when they expire.
Right, having a huge pile.
Yep.
Did they already nerf where you only get 10 resistance anyway?
That is for the regular guild buff. Is that you get the 10 resistance, but if you buy the 30 ones that last for an hour, you get to keep those. You do lose them on death, and they were only for an hour, correct? But
Right.
30 resistance, I guess. I think basically what it boils down to is when they looked at the hardcore server, the people who are part of the open guild, or the people who consistently got invitations to the open guild that worked really hard and unlocked the 30 resistances, those characters had a much higher survival rate, like significantly, compared to the characters that did not have those.
Yeah.
It does make the House Fjarlin favor mean something again, though.
That's true.
Yeah,
So
for
you
the
go-
hardcore
You
server.
can go get those resistances.
Oh,
Well,
no.
for the regular server too, until like level
Yeah,
12 or
until you
whatever,
can
you
put
can
on
cast
the-
your own.
Yeah, until you can cast your own at 30 or put on like the big $30 resist item at like what, 33? Isn't that what that augment is? 21 something.
It's like 24,
But yeah,
and
I
it's
don't
all
know.
of them except Sonic.
All I know is one of the questions I get asked the most is why don't I collapse my guild buffs? And the answer I always give is because I like being able to count down these resistances, and you
Now you
can't.
can collapse your guild buffs.
I will now be able to collapse my guild buffs once they stop selling that.
Wow.
I really hope that they change their mind on that. I don't fully understand it except for their rebalancing around the hardcore server.
Well, like you said, you can also just go stock up on buying them too.
And I might actually, I have like 2 character slots. I might just do that. Alright.
It is a plat sync.
It is indeed. Another man's treasure? I'm going to start recording here. Do you need tickled before
Absolutely, I do.
Oh, tickle, 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 tickle.
No, I think I'm gonna go watch Chicago Fire or something.
Okay.
Except the puppies are cuddling me, and now it's hard to get up.
Well, that's what they're good for, the little dog butts. All right.
Do you want to do that optional at the beginning or skip it?
We should probably do the one at the beginning. Should do them all.
And these
Okay.
rows are not bad stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I like them.
I wouldn't go that far.
All right. Dang it. Hang on. I didn't hit the start recording button first. Never mind. We're in here. We'll just do it now.
Freezing in this house.
The improved precise shot nerf is good in my opinion, but archer focus is still worthless, I think. That's a whole lot of discussion. Let me hit that when we get back to not recording the walkthrough video. Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to another The Road Most Taken. This time we're doing the quest Another Man's Treasure. Right? Yeah, Another Man's Treasure. It's one of those quests out in the House 12. I think of them as the newer House 12 quests. Just how I think of it. And we're going to go start straight off with this optional that I almost never do. But Beef reminded me about it, and we're doing all the optionals, so might as well. Look at all the spikes! Oh my jeez! All this mad surfing. So I think I've done this one time before. I wouldn't even remember this if Beef didn't mention it. I'm glad he was here for this. As always, if you are watching this live on twitch.tv/SamusGarobo, I really appreciate it. But we're recording these videos for the YouTube side, youtube.tv/SamusGarobo. I would really appreciate it if you could take a minute, jump over to the YouTube side, and give us I think it's a subscription over there. I'm trying really hard this year to grow my YouTube channel with a variety of content out there. All right. I'm gonna eat this faintly swaying moss patch.
Let's go upstairs.
Whee! Whee! It's a long swim. There we go. Pretty sweet and simple optional. All things could be considered. Bye, sweetie. Archon Badmin bad. Beef, you took those oozes behind the corner where no one could see you.
They were chasing you, and that was the road that they chose.
Oh man. Well, that is the theme of these of this special, right? The road most followed, road most taken. Alright, so basically there are three locked doors in this quest zone. And behind those three doors, or to open those three doors, you have to get the 3 keys, aka the crests. Oh, thank you. And they're in a couple of different locations. Beef grabbed the first 2, I grabbed that bat one. And behind each of these doors is like, I don't know, a different kind of challenge, I guess is the best way to put it. Of varying difficulty and skill intensiveness. This first one, this green one that we're doing, is there'll be a special named that has to be defeated. Chesticle. Also, there's scrolls in various places to be collected.
A warforge stands on an island surrounded by bubbling acid.
Ooh, thank
Oddly
you.
enough, the warforged has a crystal embedded in its chest. The green crystal mounted in the chest of the warforged shatters, opening the green barrier.
Alright, so now this green barrier is open. Way down below, there's another door that's blocked by a series of colored barriers. As you defeat each section, it'll open up. This one, obviously, is what a lot of people consider the most challenging part. I will tell you that this is the one that killed me the most often on the hardcore server. But also the one that I feel like is the most, once you learn it and have it down really well, is one of the ones that, it's like the swim in Crucible. Like, once you learn it, then you typically don't have a lot of fear, unless you're on the hardcore server where a teeny tiny little mistake can get you. But for the most part, this is pretty simple. This right here, this round where there's spikes on all four sides, is the part of the where the hardcore server where people tend to get got. Somewhere right about where I'm at right now, there's like one spike that's lower. You can't graphically see it, but there's like a hidden spike towards the middle that's a little bit lower down into the walkway or swimway. That tends to get you. So you want to be a little bit lower than you think you want to be for that particular spiked area. Most of the lightning traps are either up high or down low. Occasionally you'll have them across your path.
Pulling the lever and the invisible
But in that
lens
case, just do your
dims
best
the
to
yellow
like
crystal,
wait,
which
pause
shows
for
must
the
open the yellow barrier.
pause for the animation to start to swim, like just a second before you think that you want to get started. And there you go, pretty simple.
Pulling the lever dims the red crystal on the wall. The red barrier has been opened.
And then this final one, I'm going to show you the way that I do it. There's numerous ways to kind of get it done. Apparently it's not really that difficult of a maze to run on your own. But what I like to do is you can just target this lever, and then you can send your hireling to go pull the lever. The hireling just runs through very easily, gets it done. Looks like Beef probably ran through the traditional way.
It is done.
I see that. These last couple of clues, I believe, are in here. Ooh, there's a bonus chest. There's one over by where Beef was standing. Then I believe there's like one on each side. Alright, have the hireling pull the lever while we're fighting. And pick up the bits and bobs, and then I'll send the hireling to go help Beef. it'll let me click on beef.
Three-dimension doors stand before a tree or glyphs on the wall. The glyphs.
I swear I clicked on
It must be open to reveal
more of those clues.
Yeah, I had a thing where I was clicking it and it wouldn't register that I had clicked it.
Alright, so let's take a quick second. Which door did you go in, Beef?
Purple.
Alright, let me just go in purple and explain what's going on, and then I'll get out of your hair. So here in purple, there's a series of clues that you have to answer. If you get them right, you just move on. If you get them wrong, these monsters jump down and attack you. You can look them up in the wiki yourself, but they're like the number of floors in the 12 are 13. The manifest zone, it lets your towers fly in Sharn. Stuff like that. They're pretty easy once you've done it once or twice, but there's no reason for me to necessarily go through all those. This room has the heavy gravity. It's a little bit of a maze. It's not really a maze. But you just want to find a lever in here. Generally, wherever there happens to be an up staircase, which I think I saw an up staircase over here. Is usually where it's at. Does not look like it's there this time.
Answering the final riddle correctly has opened
The last question in that room is how many floors are on the Tower of the 12? The answer is 13.
Yeah, that was the first one I said because that was the first one I could remember. Well, there's another one about the manifest zone. Did you catch the other one?
I don't remember what the
I think
question
it's like
is.
door call or something like that.
Yeah,
it's one of the,
that's the answer.
Yeah. So the orange room again, it's just heavy gravity. Run through, find the lever, and pull it. The blue one, you just want to light up all of the not red sigil thingies, and you can light up the red ones if you want. Once you know that you're going to have all the other ones lit, but the red ones will start a electric trap.
completing the tile puzzle.
So then if you miss one, then you have to deal with the fact that there's still an active lightning trap going
now
on.
open. There's a deep rumble somewhere in the complex as the passage to the madman
Alright.
in charge.
Then we can go into the in-fight room here. These griffins that are going to attack are actually pretty rough and tumble. Let me talk to this guy to start the fight.
The renegade
There's not like a safe spot. It's just get it done. They do hit pretty hard for the level, and they got a few hit points to them, but you just kind of knock them out.
I have displacement and blur going, which helps a lot.
Same. Alright, we talk to this guy one more time, and we break all of his crystals.
chanting a new spell. You thwarted the transmuter's
He turns to platinum, and we get a loot
But
of
the
sweet
wizard
chest.
now vows
Named items in this quest are actually quite
there
good.
must be a way.
There's a lot of
Storm Reach
solid low-level gear in here. This quest in particular doesn't matter too much, I don't think, right?
his own.
Or is this where the prayer beads come out of?
I linked 3 of the things that come from this quest.
There you go. Which means that they're on him. So, the platinum prayer beads I also carry around quite a bit. I don't have this orb, I don't think. And I personally...
Well, you do now, because I have 2 of them, and it dropped for me.
Oh, jiggity. Nice. Thank you, Beef. And why that cape is very good, the Platinum Mirror Cape, I still wear my Cloak of the Mimic, my level 4 Cloak of the Mimic until...
Yeah, I don't have one of those.
Yeah, until 10. I really love that. Mimic Cloak is great. All right, well, that is Another Man's Treasure. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. We're going to continue to knock out all 4 of these, so there'll be all 4 videos in this series will come up individually. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. We appreciate it. And otherwise, we'll see you next time. Toodles. All right, Deathless. Whew. Hit me with the improved piercing nerf right as we're about to mentally enter this quest. That was rough. Yeah, I said it earlier, and I feel like the nerf shouldn't be around distance, and I don't think it should be around DPS or damage decrease. I think it really should be physically how many enemies you can go through before it stops. I realize that sounds like it would be a difficult thing to keep track of, except they're already keeping track of that for something else that they mentioned earlier. So it would just be using that same function again in a different way. I feel like that would be a reasonable solution to the problem, is to have your improved precise shot only go so deep until as you level up, or a percentage of your strength or something, and then they can fiddle with that number. So at level 30, maybe it goes through 7 guys, and then if they need it to be a little less, maybe it goes through 6, or they want to increase it a little bit, can go
leave it like it is with a 20% loss, but have it only apply to crossbows.
Or that. So I think there could be some tweaks involved to it. Archer focus, still worthless. I think there's times that you will switch to it, but it's basically just when there's a boss that's going to stand that you have time to shoot at.
Yep, it's pretty bad unless you're doing high skull reaper or a raid.
Yeah, exactly. You have to have the time to let those charges build up before they mean anything.
They really thought, the devs really thought that it was going to be a benefit to let us move around and get those charges instead of having to stand still like it was before. But you could stand still and shoot 6 mobs in a row and get 15 charges instead of the way it is going to be implemented. But that is one of the things that they are looking at changing before it comes out. So hopefully they will stick to that.
Yeah, I feel like they threw a lot at the people to see what they'll take for these nerfs and what they won't take. So if there's something that you don't like, you need to share that with them. Give them the feedback and let them know, like, hey, this seems like too much of a correction or an overcorrect or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, all the stuff that they did with the Inquisitive Tree seems totally reasonable to me.
Yeah, everything I've read so far about that seems fine.
I mean, I don't like the Ratcatcher nerf, but even that I can live with. The improved precise shot and Archer's focus and the two-handed fighting. All those changes are really bad.
Yeah, R10 or raids, Archer focus, what they need to do when you switch mobs, you lose all stacks. It should be you lose half the stacks you currently have, so you're not losing 15 or 25 stacks. Yeah, I mean, again, I think they're going to fiddle with that quite a bit.
But again, on lower skull or elite content, how many attacks are you going to get in before the mob's dead? 3?
Yeah, not
4?
very many. Hardly none. So it starts to feel like it becomes something that they're busy keeping track of that might be unnecessary. Like, it seems really good until you get 20,000 people doing it, and then all of a sudden it starts becoming way too many little processes, So it's half a dozen of one, 6 of another, and we'll just have to see what they end up with. But if you have feedback for the devs, tell them, use the forums. I can never stress that enough.
They do read Reddit also. They won't respond there, at least not with the dev account or tell you they're a dev, but they do read.
Yeah, the DDO Reddit.
Reddit.com/DDO.
Yeah. I don't do enough on there, but I do occasionally jump over and read some of the stuff. Alright. anything else before, like, not related to the quest before we jump into memory lapse? Otherwise, we're gonna jump into memory lapse and record the memory lapse video.
Do you have this item on? The memory hat?
We talked about those earlier. I'm currently wearing, I'm wearing that one. I was talking about how all of them are kind of good for this build. Like the strength one gives tendon slice. The dex one has that 1d6 or 1d8 poison dot. True Scene for the wisdom one.
Fortification.
Yeah, so they're all a little bit good, but taking my intelligence to, at the time 34, now 35 was pretty much the deal. The deal.
I was like, why is yours so much higher? I haven't done my intelligence past lives yet.
Yeah. That, and I think the biggest tome.
Oh, I have that.
Obviously hasn't kicked in yet. But, yeah. Alright, everyone good? No one else has commented, so we'll get this started. Alright, greetings and salutations, everyone. It's time for Memory Lapse, another quest out here in the 12. I'm joined again by my friend Beef.
Hello.
There we go. And this one is one of the trickier quests in this chain.
You're surprised to find yourself in what
For a couple of reasons. One, some of the mobs spawn a little bit funky. You're going to see spawn generators, which there's not a lot of quests in DD where they have spawn generators like this that I can think of. This is one of the few where you have to get close to get them to activate, and then you want to be kind of far away to keep them from like aggroing on you while you knock out their spawn generator. Where you can be like Beef and just go melee. One of those melee wizard. I love it. It's been a long time since I've muscle wizard.
One more level and then I switch to Inquisitive.
Ah, smart.
Once I get Rat Catcher, I switch.
Alright, so usually what I would do is I would go clear the shrine first. And I probably will do that, but I'm going to get these first couple of spawners out of the way. I also wonder, do I have a... No. Okay, just buffs to do. So like I said, I like to clear a shrine first. Again, this is one of those quests in the game that I personally feel at level is extremely difficult. Sometimes. Like, it's easy to turn on you because you do have these spawners, because they can pop out into champs or into something terrible. And a lot of the spawners have, like, eventually you can get succubuses that can crowd control you pretty easily, stuff like that. So you have to be aware of things. And this quest is also really easy, in my opinion, to just like, oops, we red alerted you. Again, some of the best at-level hats in the game. I assume that epic levels are also quite strong.
These also have a chance to drop with Reaper stats, so you can get the additional +2 all stats if you get really, really lucky.
Oh, there you go. I've not seen any of those, I don't think.
They're rare, but they do drop. I know somebody that has one, and getting one of those on a level 6 item, that's mint.
You're gonna say that sounds really good. Alright, so I don't think we're gonna do it. This is one of those rare times that we're in these little walkthrough videos. We're not going to do all the optionals, but we are going to talk about it. So there are the objectives for this quest is to get all the books required for the speech, right? However, any book that you pick up can be used in the speech, and any book you use in the speech spawns an extra wave of trash that you have to deal with. So if we pick up these books that are not part of the bare minimum of the speech that we need to complete, that's an extra wave of work we essentially have to do. We don't have to necessarily do it if we're paying attention, but if we don't have the books, then we never have the option of accidentally screwing up. An index of recent acquisitions is one of the optional books, for sure.
Yeah, it's the Memoirs of a Warrior Wizard, the joke book. The classmate student thesis. And I don't remember what the last one.
I don't remember either, but you it's pretty easy to. There's our memoirs, and the spawner's activated. So this is what I mean though. It's easy to accidentally set this quest off. So normally I would have gathered that book and just jumped off without even thinking about it. But clearly that would not have been a good idea, because then we would have had that spawner just going cray-cray. And then put that guy on you, Beef, to give you some G-heals. Alright, so now we have our safety net under control. We can kind of just go about things in our own way. I really like this little maze here. I think it's got a couple of fun doodads on it, including the fact that once this door opens, you get ambushed from behind. You'll notice Beef's dead back. That door opens right there, and it can be all sorts of good times. Now I have to get some repair wands, I think. Summon our helper.
I mean,
right. Muscle Wizard for the W, I guess.
I could cast Displacement. It is a spell that I have.
I hear ya. I mean, I could do the same thing. One of the numerous tricks that we'll kind of fiddle with occasionally is manticores are large and do not like to go through doors.
It's not what I wanted to do, but it's what I did.
You wanna heal Beef, please, there, guy?
I used a Storm Reaver cookie.
Oh, yeah, lightning bolts going off all over the place now.
I didn't mean to do that, but I meant to search, but it is what it is.
It's all good. Alright, so the main way to get through this is to, like, wiggle around, get to, in my opinion, get to the index, and the index will tell you which row you have to search in. However, you can search along the way, which is what Beef is doing. At all these different locations, just to see if you happen to get it. You do not have to click on that to get the location to show up, but
Row 5.
Row 5, he said. Well, I happen to be in row 5, and I got a manticore that didn't want to wake up. I had to get real close. Beef has one behind him as well. Alright, searching it up. There we go. Core principles of magic.
You found one for the speech.
I think this is another optional, right?
There's two, like, right here. That's the pseudo dragon. Then there's the crate guy.
Okay, Cratius.
Maybe he's on the other side.
I don't think he's on this here. I think he's over there. Let's get this. I'm gonna get this pseudo dragon.
Something slumbers.
Wakey, wakey.
Up ahead.
This guy hits surprisingly hard.
The pseudo
The
dragon?
dragon. Yeah.
Can do for sure. And then, so I think we have to go around the bookcase to get to the Cratios guy or whatever his name is. Yeah, here he is.
As you enter this room,
This guy, I feel like he also hits extremely hard.
figures are crammed into every
He also has pretty hefty damage reduction from piercing.
Not. It's adamantine, actually.
Is it
Adamantine to bypass his DR. Yep.
Stupid golems. Adamantine nonsense. Trying to think if any of my low-level weapons that I normally run with have an adamantine. The only one I could think of would be the Knife Forge Stiletto.
The one I have linked you has adamantine.
Oh, your antique great axe, yeah. I don't. Very rarely do I run around with the antique great axe, but it's just because I haven't done a two-handed fighter in a long time.
Also, I believe you can get adamantine on any weapon for the level 1 weapons from Borderlands.
Okay.
But I believe your options are adamantine, ghost touch, or silver.
Because I'm pretty sure the augment is like level 12. Like if you just wanted to get an augment and slot it.
What was once the library's
Oh, you-
core collection is now
you went down there.
complete chaos.
Yeah, I almost always just go
This
down
is
here
when
and
Vaspar
get things
Daniel's
started.
attack at its greatest effect.
I always stand up top in range, whatever I can range.
Oh, yeah. I always feel like I want to get those spawners out of the way, and usually you gotta get pretty close to get them started. Alright. Manually. Is my guy not standing right there next to you?
He is. He's healing himself.
Oh, excellent. That's what I... Definitely what I wanted him to do.
Now he's coming to get you.
Excellent.
You want this crest?
Oh, I just thought you'd grab them since you were there. They're both right there.
There's only one there.
The other one was right there. I thought you saw it. It's all good. Whoop.
My robot eyes do not see as well as they used to.
Yeah? Is that what we're blaming it on? Your robot eyes?
Yep.
Oh, man. Are you made of metal this life? Because
I am.
you're definitely catching those fireballs today. Oh man. Next life I have to do the whatchamacallit chain.
Have fun
Slaver's
doing
chain.
Temple of Elemental Evil.
Oh man, that too. I don't know it very well. It's gonna be rough.
There you go. You can now shoot those guys as I run away.
No. Thank you for the assist of getting the aggro and leaving. Appreciate it. That's what I appreciate about you. Alright, so something over here that we usually don't mess around with a whole lot. Over here, there's actually a chest behind a secret door and a bunch of like ice jet traps.
I think they're electricity floor traps.
Are they electricity? I thought they were ice.
Yeah, they might be. There's some sort of floor trap.
Yeah, there's a couple pressure plates to like activate and make a boom boom face. chest is locked. Uh-oh, did I just break? Just break my stream. Looks like I did. Man, if I could change anything, that would be the one. Alright, I'll probably do a reset after this video. Alright. You want this, these Lost Souls goods, buddy?
Maximized quicken fireballs really eat up the old mana bar.
They do, don't they? I think you got the crest, didn't you?
Oh, I sure do.
You have a couple of different ways to kind of handle this last room. What we're probably going to end up doing, or what I'm probably going to end up doing, is we're going to stand basically out here in this hallway-ish area and kill everything. I'm going to stick my hireling in the doorway and have him slow things down even. But another option that is just as valid is you could run in there, grab the book, and just leave. It's just sitting there for the taking.
You found one of the books for the speech.
You do have to deal with a little bit of extra. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Alert numbers, but it's not too bad. We have one more book required for the speech. This one is, I think, the most annoying of all of the rooms.
The multiplication tables.
The multiplication tables.
I actually think it was the room we were just in. That's my least favorite.
Yeah, I don't mind that one nearly as much.
Whatever was in this room
This multiplication tables are.
dominated by a gigantic tree.
It's not necessarily the tables that's the problem. It's like they spawn in the most inopportune time. We are recording for YouTube.
Dropbox is right here, bud.
It was somewhere towards the end here. But yeah, and this spawner over here that activates even though you can't really see it through the tree very well. Also one of my pet annoyances in this quest. I'm not saying that it's a bad placement or anything by the devs. In fact, I would say the contrary, but it is definitely aggravating.
You spot a boar lazing on one of the tree branches, completely unconcerned with what's going on below.
We have a couple messages in the chat that I think we want to.
You found one of the books for the
We'll
speech.
save here for post
You've collected
the
enough
video
books
being
to
finished,
begin
but
giving a speech.
definitely discuss in a minute. Right now we are very close to done. We just need to turn in the book titles to be done. Again, if you look, the only options
By your actions,
are
he
options that you pick up. So
Terrence Hooksworth clears his throat and begins
you pick up a bunch of extra books, then you get a bunch of extra options. So
a well-worn but still
it does make a lot of sense to not pick up a lot of books if you are worried about having to deal with extra waves of trash.
the whisper and deliver his speech.
Ready for number 2?
honor lead us forward, Grimmy. Caught up in Terrance's tale of his old school friend and their favorite subject.
Tell me what kind of book has a demon soul. It better be made out of a demon.
You ever seen the movie The Page Master?
I'm not.
It's an old Macaulay Culkin movie
Huh.
where the books come to life.
That's what I mean. It's got to be something crazy like that. I'm a big fan of The Magicians. I don't think you've been watching it. But last season, they had a guy, his name was the Binder. He literally was a binder, and they turned him literally into a book, and he ended up getting some blood and crawling out of the book. It was a pretty interesting concept there. Again, this quest pulls up all those level 6 hats. Again, it's another really good one to have your treasure hunter elixir fired off, stuff like that. It's really good. Alright, well, once again, that was Memory Lapse. We'll continue on here in just a minute. I'm going to restart the stream and stuff and fix my boo-boo. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. And check us out on the Twitch, twitch.tv/SamusGarobo. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Toodles. Alright, let's double check that I in fact did break it. I already did. So before I reset...
It's pretty good for a random loot.
Yeah, it's not bad. Hardy 3 repair amp. Does it have a slot?
No.
Not bad. Hey, Ritz. So, Deathless says, it's funny how they say they want to increase bow damage somehow in the future, and then they nerf Archer's focus and improve precise shot.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree 100%. They could just make it so that improved precise shot doesn't apply to bows. That's why I was saying make that 20% nerf only to crossbows.
Yeah, they're always... It's always a matter of trying to figure things out, right? It's always a balance there. Alright, for those of you watching the stream live, I have to restart OBS. I'll be back in 10 seconds, so pardon me. I'll be right back.